What's good, Wave Gang? It's your boy, AP Waves, back with another video, man. And real quick before we start this video, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Wave Gang, man. And if you're not new to the channel and you're already a part of the Wave Gang, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And let's get into the video. But this is a video that I already recorded, right? And I got to get to editing and whatnot, and I realized there was no sound. So this is the second time I'm recording this video, and hopefully we have sound for it, because I would really hate for me to do this video again and it not work. But it looks like all the settings are good, and it looks like you guys can hear me. So without further ado, the title of this video is going to be titled something like 3 pro tips from a not so pro player. So basically what I'm going to do is give you guys some more. I did a video similar to this. It was a top 5 tips to prevent burnout. But this time I'm going to give you guys some just general tips to make this game and the grind easier for you. You know, I've been playing this game for about 5 years now. So although I'm not technically an in-game player, I've been around the block a few times and I've learned quite a few things. But yeah, let's get into this video. But before we do, I almost forgot. This Friday, March 26th, is my birthday, and we're gonna do a birthday stream to finish off Cavalier, and then so let me show you real quick before you guys fast forward to get to the tips of the video. We're completing Cavalier, but we're saving the completion for Friday. That way we can buy the little offer and have more crystals to open to celebrate for my birthday. But also we already have some crystals saved up. We have a 6-star featured, we have a 5-star featured, we have a 5-star, we have a 5-star Nexus, and of course there will be more crystals able to open after we get the Cavalier offer. But that's neither here nor there. I hope to see you guys in that stream. It's 30-30. I'm going to be 30 years old, so it's kind of a special day, a special birthday, and I hope all of you show up to the stream to celebrate it with me. But that's enough talking about things that don't have to do with this video. So tip number 1, okay? So let's go over to my champions, and let me give you a little analogy of what I mean to try to explain tip number 1. So we all know that there's generally great quote-unquote champions that you hear about as your Quakes, your Ghost, your Corvus, so on and so forth. But if these champions that are so great are champions that don't fit your playstyle, don't fit your masteries, and don't fit where you want to be in the game, and there is lesser champions that you are better at playing, stop forcing yourself to try to learn these quote-unquote meta champions, okay, and taking the joy out of the game for you. For example, if Ghost, right, and it's like a consensus that Ghost is one of the best characters in this game, but if you can't master her playstyle, or don't enjoy her playstyle, or just overall don't have the roster around her to use her effectively, and then let's just give an example of Storm Pyramid X. If you are fantastic with her and you have her playstyle down and you can get through content, maybe not as fast, but more efficiently with saving units and saving revives and saving health potions, then do that, okay? Don't feel obligated to force yourself into playing champions that don't fit you or don't enjoy, to try to fit the narrative of these are the champions that are gonna get you through. You know what champions get you through because you know what champions like. So at the end of the day, you have to use your own gut feeling on how your playstyle fits with a certain champion, and know and go from there, okay? Stop letting these outside voices of, I don't know, alliance members or YouTubers or whatnot influence you on what type of champions you should play and the style of champion you should play. Let your skill dictate that. Let your ability with the champion dictate that, okay? It'll go a long way. You'll have more fun and you'll get farther in this game. For example, Killmonger, right? Some people don't like Killmonger. Whatever. I think he's a great champion, and you know, if you've been in the streams and you've watched my Killmonger gameplay, you guys know that I'm better with Killmonger than I am, you know, any other, for most of the other champions. So therefore, I play Killmonger because I'm more comfortable. He gets me through fights, and I just genuinely enjoy playing him. So I mean, at this point, I mean, I'm practicing what I preach when it comes to that, because like the champions I feel comfortable with is the champions that I tend to play the most. So I need you to do me a favor. If that tip helped you out, let me know down in the comments, okay? And now, with that being said, we're gonna move on to tip number 2. And tip number 2 is surround yourself with like-minded players. Okay? So, for example, if you want to grind and you want to push an AW and you want to push an AQ and you want to push your roster to the max, okay? By all means do that. But the mistake that you cannot make is being an alliance of people who just want to have a good time, hang out with friends, you know, go at their own pace, because there is nothing wrong with them wanting to do that, okay? So you shouldn't force your wants onto somebody else who may not necessarily want the same thing. What you should do is take matters into your own hands by seeking players that have the same goal, who have, you know, similar rosters, and then grow together that way. Because it's a lot easier to control what you do than it is to control an entire group or an entire alliance or your friends or your buddies, what they do. Because what it's going to do is the time and effort it takes for you to grind your own account, you're going to try to allocate that time and effort to everybody else's accounts and everybody else's time to get them to do ultimately what you want them to do. So what I suggest is, hey, if you wanna hang and chill and, you know, not grind and just grow as you please, don't be in an alliance with people who are pushing and want to grow and want to further themselves, because you're not gonna do nothing but hold you back and get them on your back. Okay? So take a step back, realize what you want from this game and what you want from your account, and then do so accordingly. Okay? Now that's tip number 2. If tip number 2 helps you out, let me know down in the comments. And without further ado, this tip number 3 I feel like is very important, and it's a little bit more important than the first 2 tips. So let me get out of this screen and go over and show you based on my account, okay? Now if we come take a look at Act 6, right? You would look at my account probably, and you would think, oh, he had, you know, with the level of champions and the amount of champions he done, surely he has Act 6 100% it. No, absolutely not. So my advice is, don't put outside pressure on yourself to advance at a rate that isn't healthy or viable or attainable, because all you're going to do inevitably is fail to reach your goals, and the more goals that you fail, the harder it's going to be to recover from that. Okay, example, if you just became Cavalier and your goal is to get the Grandmaster down in a week, while there are some players out there who can do that, your average player isn't going to be able to move at that pace. What you need to do is set goals that you can attain and you can reach, because that's going to keep you motivated to keep reaching and knocking down certain milestones. Just because there's YouTubers out there who can go from a brand new account to Cavalier in a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, a month, doesn't mean that your everyday average player is going to move at that same pace. Okay? So, as fun as it is to watch these guys do it, don't put that same pressure on yourself, because it's just going to be okay. I'm just speaking in general, because there may be some players that are that good who can do that and keep up with all these great YouTubers out there. I personally am not one of them, and if you're not one of them, then you don't need to put that type of pressure on yourself, because what it's going to do, it's going to force you into bad rank ups. It's going to force you into poor resource management. Okay, it's going to force you into ranking up champions that you don't necessarily want to play, going back to the first tip that I talked about. And it's also just going to overall ruin your overall feel for the game, or your overall happiness and your overall joy in playing the game. I am 38% through Act 6, and I am perfectly okay with it. I'm not putting any outside pressure on myself to get it done. I'm gonna move at my own pace. I'm gonna get it done when I please. And even when you go to Act 7 or Book 2 or whatever you want to call it, I know there's a lot of YouTubers that got this done in the first or second day, but that's fine. That's not the pace I want to move at. I'm going to enjoy the game in my time, on my schedule, okay? Because at the end of the day, this is your account, okay? So my advice is to, lessen some of the pressure that you got placed on yourself, and just do it when you want to and when you can. Like, don't stress your roster to try to get done on a schedule that doesn't fit your roster. Basically, is what I'm saying. And even though my roster has enough champions to cover Act 6, doesn't mean I necessarily want to just put my head down and do it. I'm going to very soon go into Act 6 and grind it, get it done. But when I do, it's going to be more enjoyable, because it's going to be when I decide to. You see what I'm saying? So, now, this is the deal. If these tips helped you in any way, shape, or form, please hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed and these tips helped you, hit the like button. I love helping players out. This is the main reason I have my channel, to try to offer a different perspective, because let's be honest, I'm not an in-game player, but I do have some knowledge about this game from more of a mid-tier view. And let's face it, every player in this game is not an in-game player. Sometimes, mid-tier players need mid-tier advice. So I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to continue to do more videos like this if you guys find it helpful and if you guys like it. But with that being said, it's your boy AP Waves out, and I'll catch you in the next video.